Book of Luke, chapter 10, and verse 23. And he turned him unto his disciples and said privately, Blessed are the eyes which see the things that you see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Habushai, Wahara Kakadash, with honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect that seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some looking like the heathen. We get at the 144,000 preachers and prophets. Shalom. Yeah, we got a couple articles and videos we're going to hit real quick through the spirit and power of Yahweh. As we just read in Luke 10, 23 and 24, hey, our forefathers, man, you know, the prophets, our forefathers, foremothers that believed on the scriptures, have heard the prophecies and believed on them. And these things didn't happen during their times, so these things are happening now, which are at the end. And our forefathers and foremothers always wanted to see them. Well, majority of them are back now to see them, all right? Or the same spirits back now to witness these prophecies play forth. And bless our eyes for we see, man. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Shai for giving us a spirit of understanding, of truth. By what the Holy Spirit, you know, having us in this truth, called us to hopefully be chosen to do the work and the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, to have the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because, hey, it's a lot going on, and prophecy instead of popping. And, hey, it's nothing but good news, man. Nothing but good news. Spring kicking in. Great weather. These people think they're going to enjoy the spring. Nope, you're not. We are. Us as a hopeful elect seeking to be the elect. Though we got to go through what same things y'all go through, but we confident in the spirit, man. That's what we waiting for. Nice weather. You know. But bad times. Okay? Hey, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, we're going to storm. We're going to weather through the storm. You know? All right? With the protection of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? Hey, gas done jumped up some more. It's like 339 where I am. So it went from 250, like 250, I think it was like 255. Then it jumped up to 30, then it jumped up to 309. Now it's like 339. And you know, it's constantly jumping up. And that's the spirit broker. I was thinking that a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually last year, because I already kind of had a feeling, not what was going to happen this year, but the fact that 2026 is going to be a hell of a lot worse than 2025. And it's, you know, and it's about that time for things to really ramp up, man. All right? Because 2025 is, hey, all these executive orders and things in place with ICE, you know, all this stuff is in play. Even last year, they were saying, hey, from January to April, how they want ICE everywhere, how they can have the troops in these major cities. So they were letting us know last year that, hey, some type of chaos and all hell was going to break loose. So hey, that's the spirit, bro. Cause I was thinking the same thing last year concerning this year. And where is it? I just saw it. Hold on. The brother, yeah, right here. It says, this could be our last Passover in Babylon. Yeah. It very well may be. All right. Hey, but let's hit these articles real quick. You got right here, 7 hours ago, Trump ends American dominance in the Gulf as leaders prepare to pour billions from deals. Let's read. As the war with Iran continues, several Gulf countries are rethinking investments in the United States, according to a recent report from the Financial Times. The countries include Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar. The report claims that these countries are discussing withdrawing from contracts with the U.S. and canceling future investment commitments. Critics now think this means Trump's dominance in the region may be over. By Adam, what's this on X? breaking in of the empire. And it is the end of the empire. Okay? We're witnessing the end of an empire, the end of America, the end of the rulership of these Edomite so-called white people, man. All right? But we know this mark of the beast. See, everything is set up for them to bring forth this digital system and this mark of the beast. All right? At the collapse of the global economy, and like I said, we got a couple of videos we're going to hit. So everything is set up for that, and we in them times. Hey, I believe through the spirit of probably how about Shemal Shad, they're gonna bring, hey, they're gonna issue out the mark of the beast this year. I believe that's gonna be this year. I truly believe that in my spirit, man. All right, all this 2030 crap, man. No, me personally, I don't see it. Too much going on, man. All right, but hey, we on your how about Shemal Shad time. We gotta wait to 2030, and we just got to wait. But please, your how about Shemal Shad. Please don't let us wait to 2030. Says Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar are discussing withdrawing from contracts with the U.S. and canceling future investment commitments in the U.S. Trump has ended American dominance in the region. It's over. So, we can see how this fully play out, man. Fully plays out. All right? So, it says, according to the report, this potential move comes as a result of the immense economic pressure on the countries amid the ongoing conflict with Iran, which is also impacting the global markets, not just the U.S. and Gulf leaders. Not just the U.S. Gulf leaders are reportedly evaluating long-term investment plans before making any major foreign capital commitments. As their main focus is now to ease the financial strain caused by the U.S.-Israeli joint strike on Iran, their overseas investments will be reviewed in a completely new way. According to the outlet, a Gulf official said this could impact any investment pledges they have made to the U.S. or other foreign countries, including overseas companies, contracts with businesses and investors, sales of holdings, and sports sponsorships. A number of Gulf countries have begun an internal review to determine whether force majeure clauses can be invoked in current contracts, while also reviewing current and future investment commitments in order to alleviate some of the anticipated economic strain from the current war, especially if the war and related expenses continue at the same pace, said the official, according to the Financial Times. It says the spokesperson revealed that joint discussions are underway between three of the four major Gulf economies, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar. However, the official did not specify which states are participating in the discussion. Instead, they added that this move is a precautionary measure that was the result of the budget strains these countries are facing due to reduced income from energy, due to the slowdown in output or the inability to ship, and from the tourism and aviation sectors, in addition to the increase in defense spending. Mario Nawfal on X, yesterday, March 5th, 2026, prominent UAE billionaire Khalaf Ahmad Al Habtoor just published an open letter to Trump. It's brutal. Quote, who gave you the authority to drag our region into a war with Iran? Who gave you permission to turn our region into a battlefield? End quote. Well, how about Shemal Shah did? Al Habtoor's a major figure. Right? It says, Patriot missiles lighting up the sky over Doha, Qatar. This has been the view from Qatar all week. Let's see if it'll play. Oh yeah, we ain't got time for all that. It'll probably work on. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it'll work on your phone, but it's not gonna play on mine. So you can just type that in. Now, let's go ahead and get these joints right here. You got right here 3 hours ago, CNN and many other reports. Russia is aiding Iran's war effort by providing intel on U.S. military targets, sources say. And it's a video of the Iranian leader saying that, Russia is aiding them, but they're not going to speak on how. Well, you see how now? Russia is aiding Iran's war effort by providing intel on U.S. military targets, sources say. And we got a video. Now, we know soon it's going to get so bad that Russia is going to get involved. All right? Russia is going to get involved. Ezekiel 38. Matter of fact, we always get it. Yeah, let's get that. Ezekiel 38. We're going to get the one in Revelation.
The real reason Korean women are so skinny.
Shut up. It says Ezekiel 38. And 1, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus said the Lord God Yahweh Shemashah, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Right? So this right here is Russia. They're going to get involved soon. And we see they're already involved by supposedly giving Iran intel concerning U.S. positions, which you know they're doing it. All right? Which that's a good thing. It says,
your social security check should have been.
Verse 5, Persia, Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya, the African nations with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? They're going to get involved. You know, Persia's Iran, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, the North Quarters, that's Turkey, and all his bands, and many people with thee, right? The Muslim nations. Prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So you see, Russia is eventually going to get involved. All right, and you keep reading down, it's going into how they're going to come up against the state of Israel and destroy the land. You get Revelation 20 and 8. It reads, and shall go out to deceive the nations. Let's start at 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And that's Esau, and he is already loose. Okay, he is already loose. He came out of the Dark Ages, out of Europe, when he was in
your social security check should have increased.
All right, and he came back into power, the 1300s. The Borgias and them homos, you know, and what's that? The Spaniards, Spain. You see, so and from there, the Renaissance period into now. All right. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Right? That's being done already, and it's going to continue to be done. All right, by way of his technology, Esau's technology. All right, lines.
Your social security checks.
Which are in the four quarters of the earth. Gog and Magog is Russia. To gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So you see, this is Russia going to war. All right. It says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. So you see, hey, Esau is coming up against us, the nation of Israel over here in America, and he's coming up against the beloved city. Hey, that's again the elected Israel as well as our land. All right, when you read Ezekiel 38. All right, but when it says the saints, it's not talking about those over there in our land. It's talking about us, all right, the Israelites. All right, it says, and fire came down from God, Yahweh out of heaven, and devoured them. Right, that's Yahweh Shai, right? Coming with the angels, and also the nuclear missile gonna be shot, man. All right, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Meaning they're gonna be destroyed. Hey, Russia, all them people with them, the Israelis, the land, America, all of America, and its beast system. You see that? You see? And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. That's Yahushua. All right, taking down all kingdoms. All right, so you see, hey, Russia is gonna get involved, and all of them gonna get destroyed by Yahushua. All right, all of them. Yeah, let's get this right here. What's this? Trying to see what this one is. Yeah, we got that drum right there. There might have been another one. Let me see. It's not gonna be long, y'all. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. Now let's get this joint right here. This is about open-minded reporter. I'm gonna play like the first 2 minutes and 43 seconds. It says breaking: Russia shocks the world, joins U.S.-Iran war after sudden U-turn. China in shock. Well, when you read it, you would think that Russia has officially joined. No, not yet. They're giving intel to Iran. But soon, as we read in Ezekiel 38 and Revelation 20, that Russia is going to get involved soon. All right. But we know before we get to that point, we know what got to take place, man. This beast system, the mark of the beast, all the collapse of these global economies, and this is what we're seeing. And we got a video on that too by my man Dabu 7, man. All right, but let's play the first 2 minutes of this.
We begin with a special report. For the past several hours,
if you want to watch this full video, I'll put it in the description box.
Tehran has been buzzing with activity that confirms what many analysts suspected, but the Pentagon refused to admit. The strategic dynamic of the conflict has just shifted in a major way. Despite official Kremlin spokesmen saying all the right diplomatic things, Dmitry Peskov told the press recently that no request for aid had been received from Iran.
This is, in fact, a report in Washington Post, which is now reporting that Russia is providing Iran with intelligence for attacks on U.S. forces.
Russia may be providing Iran with intelligence on the locations of U.S. warships and aircraft in the Middle East.
Report by Washington Post has now suggested that Russia is providing Iran intelligence to target U.S. forces.
We are now getting corroborating reports from regional capitals that Russian intelligence is actively flowing to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. This is not just about some portable missiles signed in a secret deal back in December. This is about real-time, high-class intelligence on American positions, radar points, and troop movements across the region. It appears that Moscow has made a decisive choice, and it's a choice that essentially tells Washington,
My fault for the commercial.
tells Washington, "You will not win this war. If you are just joining us, we are witnessing what could be a turning point in the confrontation between Iran and the U.S.-Israeli axis." And the U.S.-Israeli axis. What we are seeing is the activation of the security understanding that Russia and Iran cemented months ago. It was back in January 2025 that the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Agreement was finalized, and by late last year it was ratified and implemented. While the text of that treaty might not have the mutual defense clause like the one Russia signed with North Korea, make no mistake, the operational reality on the ground is something entirely different. We are now in a phase where the intelligence sharing between Moscow and Tehran has reached a level that is directly impacting U.S. freedom of maneuver in the region. And honestly, if you have been following the statements from Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, this trajectory was inevitable. Lavrov has made it clear that the objective is to ensure the United States does not emerge victorious from this confrontation. Contrast that diplomatic bluntness with the chaos we are seeing coming out of the Trump administration, which has now been forced to confirm that Russia is indeed aiding Iran in what Iran Iran calls its existential retaliation. Before we go any further into the specifics of these coordinates and what they mean for the American battle groups, I need to ask you something. We are one of the few outlets that is
Yeah, so you hear what they were saying. So Russia supposedly giving up information concerning the United States to Iran, so they pretty much know where they are. All right. It says Russia joins Iran's fight. U.S. loses air superiority. So how Iran is officially going to get involved, we don't know. We're gonna wait to see. But it's gonna happen, right? But we see that they're getting involved concerning this aspect of it. Now I got this video right here by my man Dabu 7. That's right, bro. At this point, you're either watching for entertainment or to be saved.
We seem to have multiple economic...
What you got right here by my man Dabu 7. It says, this will bring down the global economy. Hormuz chaos. Mr. Gold warns of system reset. And this is what they want, the great reset. Don't forget about prophecy, man. Don't forget Klaus Schwab. All right? Don't forget about the prophecy. There has to be a great reset. All right? A great reset. Okay? Well, it's going to be a digital system. Nothing but surveillance, universal basic income, social credit score, mark of the beast. All right? Don't forget Revelation 13, 15. Revelation chapter 13, verses 15, 16, 17, 18 must play out. The sicknesses, the cancers, the sores that people are going to receive from the mark of the beast, which is in Revelation 16, it must play out. The destruction for taking it must play out. All right? Revelation 14 and Revelation 19. You see? These things must play out. Don't forget, the city's got to be cast down. I mean, looking like a damn fifth world country, if that's a such thing. And second Esdras 16. All right? These things must play out. Jobs got to be shut down. All right? Homes looking tore to pieces. All right? Grass, no upkeep. All that second Esdras 16. All right? Ezekiel 7. All right? These things got to play out. In order for those things to play out, it must be a great reset. All right? Everything got to shut down. It says this will bring down the global economy, Hormuz chaos, Mr. Gold warns of system reset. All right? You already know. Let's get it.
We seem to have multiple economic red flags in the warning signs flashing right now, especially with war popping off big time with Iran. And you can just look over at the markets and you can see how gas, oil, spiking, and then the cost of living has been up on people, period. But now, when it comes to gold, silver, and a lot of the other commodities out there, there's warning signs that this whole thing could come down. The Straits of Hormuz, this choke point where all the oil goes back and forth, that is key. And we've got some economists out there saying exactly that if this isn't settled, it's gonna stifle the economies of every country involved, whether they're trying to export it or import it. This is why China's trying to get a pass to get through there to Iran to get their stuff and get out without having to deal with the headache. But you can look over at the live maps and you can see how in this area there's like nothing going on. They've brought it to a standstill. Look right here. Look how no one is trying to come up around this bend. You may have one or two that slide through. Majority are piled up on both sides here of this peninsula.
See that?
Mr. Gold is warning of a system reset, and he believes silver is going to light the fuse in terms of all this coming down. First, it's going to happen in silver, and it's going to affect gold within 24 hours.
Because right now, there's a demand for physical silver that swamps the existing supply big time. So when you look at this, you look at COMEX and what they got, they already have 52 million ounces of silver standing for delivery. That's out of 86 million total. That leaves around 30 million. And they're saying this is going to cause people to step in and start calling to get their stuff returned to them, because if not, they would be foolish. They could get left holding the bag, which is what a lot of people are going to get left holding, is the bag here. When the economy does come down full scale and all of the stocks come down with it, you'll understand why Warren Buffett is sitting in mostly cash right now. You'll understand why I've been telling you to not get caught in a 401k when this happens, and to just not have your money in the banks at this point, because they're warning, as of this week, of a cyber attack in response to all this war, and it's going to hit the banks specifically. That's from Jamie Dimon, and that's also from the government. So when enough people make this call on silver, Mr. Gold is saying that within 24 hours, people are going to do the same with gold. And it's going to start the whole thing off. Now, remember, the economy and the price here in the U.S. is all ran by J.P. Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon and them, that have been busted, manipulating the market before, time and time again. They're definitely doing so now. And whenever the U.S. economy does pull back, have this big crash, which is inevitable, it's going to happen, gold's going to run. But remember what they did here. They took the U.S. dollar and they pegged it to the tether, USDT, on blockchain. And they just pushed to tokenize everything. Jerome Powell came out and made a huge announcement with the tokenizing absolutely everything. Most people are not going to understand what this means. Join me for the live stream where I break this down in further detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Because the time is short here, and it seems that any time this reset's going to definitely go into full-blown motion. And we know that Trump is the man to do it. He said it himself, and the whole Mar-a-Lago Accord is written to deal with just that. Much love.
Yep, there you have it. Right in everything. Right. When these things happen, what you shit, boy, this will be a lot of chaos right there. Oh, that's right, that's in the script. That's in the scriptures. Let's get it. What do you think will happen, man? Alright? All this damn chaos. See, these little uproars and protests and stuff we seeing that January 6th, that's light work compared to what we're about to see. When everything collapsed, you can't get your money, everything high, can't pay for nothing, no jobs. 2 Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, famine, lack of resources, and for great tribulation, all hell breaking loose, man. So that's what it's going to boil down to. All right? So, hey, these things are going to happen, man. And it's going to be very, very soon. Very, very soon. So, hey, stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema. Shall be circumspect. Watch these niggas. And, hey, everybody tweaking now. All right? Everybody tweaking. So, you know, apply the scriptures, apply wisdom, move in the spirit, and don't be prideful. All right? And sometimes you just got to back down. And I'm not going to even say take the L, but just back down, man. All right? And I'm talking to myself first and foremost, because I ain't the type to back down. But, hey, it ain't about ego or none of that, man. Remember, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai got us here to go through trials and tests. All right? Everything is a trial. Everything is a test. And we must pass it. All right? Because, hey, those of us who Yahweh Shema Shai got doing these videos, hey, people watch our videos. All right, people look to us, man, for information, for wisdom, for guidance. You know, and it's all about where the Holy Spirit. Hey, for the scripture says, there's one man who teaches others, but don't take heed to himself. So hey, we can't be that, man. Hey, we got to take heed to these words too. I know most definitely I do. So hey, again, stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, and keep pumping, man. Shalom.